Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sterling Austin Show. This episode is going to be the first, I guess you could say, of a series of episodes. It's going to be the Sterling Austin Show battles, and that's where me and Garrett are going to debate certain topics, and that can be a wide variety range of anywhere from movies, TV shows, food, all that fun stuff. Today is going to be a really, really good one.
Yes, it is.
We are going to debate two powerhouse movie franchises. Before we say who's who, one of them is going to be Marvel, one of them is going to be Harry Potter, and both greats.
Yep.
I think we both agree that none of them are bad. It's just we believe one of them is better. Would you agree?
Definitely true, and it took both of us actually a while to even want to pick one, just because
to
we
be
could
fair,
defend and
I
argue.
could if I had to defend either,
Mm-hmm.
but I believe in my heart which one I'm picking is better. And it's a personal bias, obviously. Real quick shout out. We have some new decorations up here. I just wanted to let Ashley, who sent me these Disney blocks. I appreciate it, Ashley. And then Megan, who I think that's crochet. That's not knit, right? It's crochet.
Yes.
She crocheted Baby Yoda because she saw my Baby Yoda mug. So shout out Megan, Ashley, appreciate it. We know both you guys are watching.
Yeah, I was actually just checking that out. It's actually really good.
That's really adorable, right?
Little Grogu.
All right. Do you want to tell them what side you're picking? I'll let you pick. I'll let you tell them your side. Go for it.
It was a really difficult decision, but just in my overall bias, growing up, way before Harry Potter, I've always just been obsessed with Marvel. So I had to go with what hits heart as a kid.
All right. So Garrett is Team Marvel.
I am indeed.
I am Team Harry Potter.
Team Ron Weasley. There you go.
Do you want to go first, then explain a brief opening statement on why you think Marvel's better?
I mean, just going off on the movie franchise alone, I mean, I have way more movies to go off of.
That is
I have
true.
way more character development, way more character building, just several hours. I mean, if you're going to do an actual sit-in like we did, we've done both series. You can have so much more fun with Marvel. I mean, just to go off of when we're having lunch at work, what movies are we watching when we're at work?
That is true.
We're not watching Harry Potter, I'll tell you that much.
We do, on our lunch breaks, watch Marvel. I'll give you that. You're right. You do have more movies. Mm-hmm. You've got more characters.
This is true.
But more quantity doesn't always mean quality, okay? I have 9 movies, I believe, 9 movies. I don't have as many characters, but I would say my characters' qualities are better than your character's qualities.
I'd say more specific characters, because once again, I'm not saying all my characters are great, but neither are all your characters.
Well, first, let's get down to characters. My greats, obviously, I've got Harry, right? I've got Dumbledore. Okay, Snape is actually my favorite character of all time.
He is. He's actually a great character. I'll give you that.
Everybody knows he's bad, and then at the last second, he's like this sweetheart who got bullied, and you feel bad for him.
Yeah, no, I mean,
and Dumbledore turns out to be kind of a dick. You know, he kind of, so everyone loves Dumbledore. I'm Team Snape. I feel so bad for him.
I feel like Dumbledore could have handled it a little differently. Could have come out and told Harry exactly what his plan was at the beginning, like instead of just let him know about the stone and figure all this out on his own. I know it makes him a better wizard at the end.
Yeah,
but why didn't he? I mean, he had the Elder One. Why not just go after fucking Voldemort by himself?
So I've got those. My bad guy, Voldemort. Even the team bad guys, Helena Bonham Carter. Her freaking character was amazing.
Okay, I'm a butt in right here. I actually just had a thought how bad Voldemort is.
Oh, well, I'll let you get to that. I'll let you get to that. I have for bad guys, for villains. I've got Voldemort, probably one of the most famous villains ever. I've got Umbridge, who everyone hates. I mean, that lady drives you crazy.
She is a complete little bitch. It's hard to watch her, man.
It's hard to watch her. That's how good of an actress.
She made me hate
powerful
that
of a
character.
Part. So I've got her. I have Helena Bonham Carter's character, which was amazing. I mean, anything that woman does, gold.
She's
her.
Talented, yeah.
Who else? Lucius Malfoy. I got the Malfoys.
He's
right?
He's like an anti.
Well, everything that man does.
Lucius the dad. I'm saying Draco.
No,
Lucius.
the dad.
He is just a great bad guy,
in
though.
The Patriot, in he's in Lord of the Rings, right? He's in Lord of the Rings, right?
No, you're thinking of Agent Smith guy.
Yes, I am. Yeah. Okay. But he is in. Oh my gosh, that's my train. Yeah, Patriot. You hate him in the Patriot.
Yep,
so I have a solid core of bad guys. The bad guys in Marvel, Ultron, boo. Who cares? No one cares about Ultron. Who else you got?
Well, there's one in every movie. There's always a conflict enemy in every single movie.
But they're forgettable bad guys.
Are they, though?
I think the two best bad guys in Marvel, and I'm helping you here.
Well, I mean, if you want me to go off my list, I mean,
you can
start. We'll just start with, there's the Iron Man series. He has a multitude. He has his...
Yeah, but they're not memorable.
He has what he would consider a father figure after his dad left.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But
and that's just his first villain.
Do you think the average person right now remembers the bad guy's name in Iron Man? Probably not.
That's very true. I actually told it on my tongue.
Exactly. You don't even remember yourself. You see that? Everybody knows Umbridge. Everybody knows Voldemort.
Yeah, but you name off classic ones. You can't name off. You're not naming off all of them. There's still,
I don't know all of them.
Still, I mean, you can't name off all the Death
Eaters. You're the
one
who brought up. Okay, Iron Man, his father figure. What's his name?
At the top of my head, I don't know.
You don't even remember.
It'll come up to me during the rest of this.
That's my point
argument.
exactly. He's arguing. He doesn't know himself.
Exactly.
Okay?
But I'm not. You're naming major villains. I'm naming just a specific villain.
That is true.
So I'd be like me asking you if you knew all the Death Eaters' names.
That is true. Well, I don't think they tell you their names.
They do, actually. Because
you could be right.
When Voldemort comes back to life in the graveyard, he actually says all their names out. He's pissed off he is at
That
them.
is true. Okay, you have Thanos.
Yep. Well, okay, so if we're starting from the very top, obviously,
Thanos.
Thanos is the one kind of organizing everything to go through the entire series of all the movies.
You've got Killmonger. He did a great job. That was a great movie.
I mean, you went from Thanos down to Killmonger. I mean, so I mean, I think I would put Hela above Killmonger if you're going actually top villain. She literally just slaughtered all of Asgard.
Yeah.
She killed a lot more than Killmonger did within 3 minutes.
She did kill a ton of people.
Yeah, she was OP.
She was good. All right, I'll give you that. Who else you got?
I mean, well, if we're going to start down, we have Killmonger. Thanos is going to be top. We got Hela. We have who's coming out later. You don't even know through the Guardians of the Galaxy.
You can't do future. We're talking about what has happened right now.
You literally have the Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his name? Quill's dad. He literally is about to take over the entire universe.
What's his name?
His name is Ego.
Ooh, all right. Okay. So you named one of your villains. Yep. Good.
Let's see. They actually kind of screwed it up. I was a little bit mad about Iron Man 3. It's one of my dislike movies. But
so you've got some
the Mandarin,
bad movies.
which actually in a cut scene they actually show he's actually real.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if they might be bringing him out in the new movie that's coming out here later down the road.
So I'm just gonna say villains. My villains are better. My villains are more memorable. You hate my villains,
what Marvel does are actually better.
What Marvel does is you don't actually hate the villains.
This is true.
Kind of
point of views. Yeah,
I kind of get what he's doing, type of thing. You hate Umbridge, you hate Voldemort, you just don't like them. So I think my villains are more true villains.
I think Umbridge is actually a worse villain than Voldemort.
I agree. That's an evil woman right there.
Would you think Voldemort's actually really good at being evil?
What do you mean? Really good at being
evil? I mean, do you think like he's like the superior sorcerer, like superior wizard?
If like him and Umbridge fought.
Okay, so I do have a question for you then, because this actually just came to me while we're talking about him.
All right, let me hear.
So in the first movie, do you know how old Harry Potter is?
He's a kid.
Do you know how old he is?
12.
He's 11.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this was a big guess. So all of them are 11. He gets fooled by 3 11-year-olds just learning magic.
But he's not his full form.
Yeah, but he's made the plan that with that teacher he's attached to go ahead and try and get his body back right at the Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
But yet 3 11-year-olds overtake the most powerful evil sorcerer.
But he's not his full form.
He doesn't. Yeah, but he has followers. Obviously.
Yeah. So his plan. I would say the reason he lost the number 1 was because the professor sucked. I wouldn't blame Voldemort for it. So you can't. He doesn't become his true self.
But it's not. He still has his mind. He still can think for himself.
But he wins. He wins the first fight in the last episode. So right away, my villains are better. My movies,
Your
Harry
main
Potter
already
movies.
Lost to 11-year-old kids. What villain in Marvel lost to kids?
Well, there's no kids fighting in Marvel, so that's not a fair comparison. See, mine have to be kids. The kids are fighting for their lives.
Where are the adults? Where are all the powerful wizards?
My movies are feel-good movies.
You
can sit down on a rainy day and you can watch them. You feel good.
Nice little butterbeer with a go with it.
You feel good. They're movies that if you're in a bad mood, you put it on, you usually feel better. They're feel-good movies. Yours are action movies, and once you watch an action movie once, right?
Yes and no. Well, I mean,
you know who's gonna win. You know what's gonna happen. It's fun to watch. I'll give it to you. Captain America fighting. That's my favorite.
It's awesome.
It's fun to watch him fighting, but it's an action movie. Harry Potter. Here's the thing with Harry Potter, because they were kids, and a lot of us were kids when we were watching Harry Potter. We grew up with them. You know what I'm saying? We kind of felt like they were not one of us, but every year they got older, we were getting older. You know, so if you started watching the movies when you were 11, you grew up with them. So there's this real emotional connection. And I think
the same actually could say for Marvel, because it wasn't the movies exactly for the start. I mean, there's so many Marvel movies out there, but I grew up reading comics, not bringing in comics, because that's not what this debate is about. But I mean, you could say the same thing for growing up with Marvel in general. And then when these movies coming out, just brings back all these emotions as a kid. Superheroes, they're getting their stories out there, and then combine them into one larger story.
Yeah. Oh, that.
And
I was
it's
actually
still going.
I was gonna say that about my. Well, you've got me beating movies in total, but here's, like I said, quality over quantity. You've got a couple movies.
Okay, so
you got a couple. Captain Marvel. Ooh.
Chamber of Secrets.
Hulk.
Okay, yeah. Well,
You guys took what should have been the most powerful superhero,
and I'll give you that. They dummied him down.
Like, oh my god, I don't even want to fight. Like, terrible. He turned. Like,
as you know, I complain about it. I liked Edward Norton's Hulk because the way they led into him.
Edward Norton,
his could fight. He was fighting. He had the thunderclap. He knew how to fight.
Exactly.
And when they rewrote him completely with Mark Ruffalo, and that was a huge waste.
Shout out Edward Norton, because we know you're watching.
We appreciate your Hulk a lot more.
Great job, Mark Ruffalo.
They went too funny.
We know you're watching, and we think you could have done better. You know,
I think it was the writers where they wanted to have him go. I don't think he had a say in how, because one thing with Edward Norton is he gets a say in how his character develops and stuff like that, and his lines.
So you've got two characters. You've got cocky Captain Marvel, who just they did her dirty. I don't blame her. I blame the writers. They got her.
She was also kind of just came off kind of just weird, though. If you watch her in the interviews, I don't know. Brie Larson. I'm agreeing with you because I don't actually like her as well. But to me, she's just a flint in the wind right now compared to what's carrying on these Marvels. Like, if you could literally take her out of Endgame and
No, you needed her. They were all going to die in Endgame until she came there.
You don't know that.
They were all getting shot.
Doctor Strange could have turned up. She literally just took out the ship and still got power punched by Thanos. Then they get knocked out.
You've got the Hulk and you've got Marvel for your characters.
Okay.
Do I have any characters that are
your main three, one of them is extremely weak. His name is Ron Weasley.
He grows up, though.
Does he, though?
He starts off weak. I'm not.
When did he actually get strong?
The last one. The
very last scene. Yeah, he cut the snake's head off.
There you go.
It actually wasn't even him. You don't even know it wasn't even him. That was, what's his name?
Oh, was it Neville?
Yeah.
I love Neville's character too.
But
he grows up from kind of being
Ron Weasley in the last series when they're off trying to find the Horcruxes.
Well, you know what?
His weakest moment, he's actually basically at the end. He leaves Harry.
But I also want to point out his selflessness when he sacrifices himself in number 2. The Hulk didn't sacrifice himself.
Hulk sacrificed himself the whole time.
The Hulk ran away. He didn't want to fight. He ran away.
Who else tried to fight Thanos hand in hand besides Thor?
Everybody else tried to fight him hand in hand.
In
Infinity War, they all fight. They all get killed. You know,
who beats him? But
nobody beats him.
He didn't come back, and I'll give you that. That's Mark Ruffalo's. But if it was Edward Norton's Hulk, it would have been a little different. But Ron Weasley literally broke the only thing he needs to succeed in magic.
And I had something on you, but this last month, Harry Potter World, baby. I haven't been, but I've heard really good things.
I haven't actually either myself.
You know, now Disney has Avengers Campus. So, but for a long time, you know, Harry Potter had its own theme park for a very long time.
They did.
So, I mean, there you go. And I think.
But if you're bringing out like things like that, then Comic-Con, I guarantee there'll be a lot more Marvel dressed people than in any kind of convention with Harry Potter.
I agree with that. I agree. I bet you there's more.
A larger following. But that, once again, like, I think there's better quality in Marvel movies because I actually get goosebumps when I watch some Marvel movies. I don't think I've ever gotten goosebumps or emotional reaction to Harry Potter. Like,
I definitely have.
I mean, like, I'll clap. Like, yeah. I mean, like, the saddest thing was probably Dumbledore dying and then Snape dying. But other than that,
Snape dying was the
violently.
Saddest part.
Yeah, violently.
His was messed up, man. Yeah.
And then, like, you're already sad he's dead, and you actually sad after he's died once he goes to the little cauldron.
Yeah, you don't know he's a good guy until after he dies.
Yeah, but
and here's the thing too, like the character development of Harry Potter, I think was also a quality better than
on some characters' levels.
You know, in Marvel, the characters for the most part were just the characters. They may have gotten better at what they were doing, but they were just the characters. You know. Captain America, he was a good guy. He got the serum, became a better guy. Doctor Strange, kind of a dick. You know, he only turned good for a selfish reason. Also, because he damaged himself, so he had to make himself better. He didn't turn good because he wanted, he wanted
one of
to
your
help
favorite characters
people.
would say the same thing. Snape only became good or semi-good because he wanted to try and save Harry's mom.
Well,
he was a Death Eater, and he was okay with whatever Voldemort was doing until he came to attacking the person he loved.
That is true. I mean, but that's, he wanted to protect somebody else. It wasn't pure, selfishness, where Doctor Strange was selfish. He had the girl who loved him, and he remember that? He was all rude to her and everything.
And that's the big thing about epiphanies and becoming a hero is you don't know how great you can be until you're put to the test. Like, no one really just starts out great, except for the one thing is Captain America always just had that will.
That's actually kind of a trend with Marvel. They all are kind of dicks, and then they turn good.
Yeah. Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Everyone has a turning point. Right? It's just a thing in life where
also,
you think you're on the right path, and then there's always that crossroad.
I feel like mine has a time of year vibe as well. When you think of Harry Potter, I think of fall, right? You think of witchy season. You think of Halloween, pumpkins, hot chocolate, pumpkin spice lattes. Like, I feel like Harry Potter kind of owns. It's a seasonal. It kind of owns its own year. You can watch Marvel anytime.
Exactly.
It's not the most special thing.
It's an all-year thing, whereas yours is, I want a hot cocoa. Let's watch some Harry Potter. Or it's any time of the day. I can do a Marvel anytime.
We all watched growing up, like ABC Family, and they would do, they'd have their Harry Potter marathons. And I feel like people grew up with that. Whereas Marvel, it's just like, all right, put it on. I'll watch it. I already know what happens. But Harry Potter, like I said, it's a feel-good movie.
It is.
Character development, I think it's better. Because I also think the thing is with the books, like, that really solidified the characters. Where your comic books, the characters are kind of all over the place.
Well, there's so many different versions of the thing.
Exactly. You don't have that with
But that's actually even better because you can have a favorite different version of the same character, whereas you're literally, she did a great job. The books for Harry Potter are amazing. Not saying that, and they're way better than movies. They have way better character development, which obviously you can't put all that in the movies. But the best thing about Marvel, if you're going to bring in your books and my comics, you literally can pick from hundreds of different versions of that character.
That's what I'm saying. There's too many. It's like, who's the real one?
And that's the thing. It's whatever you want because it's all point of view. You can have your favorite story type of Spider-Man, Captain America, whereas yours is limited. But they are moving forward. Hopefully, like I said, I would hope they would do like a background or a start prequel to Voldemort. It'd be awesome to see.
Like a Tom Riddle series?
Exactly.
Hey, I mean, that's a great right there.
I mean, that's something we'd always like to see. They're doing the Fantastic Beasts. I'm not sure if you've actually seen those ones yet.
I haven't seen those ones yet. Yeah, unfortunately, but I'm not arguing Fantastic Beasts. I'm arguing Harry Potter.
Exactly. Well, you're bringing a book, so I'm just letting you know if you want to venture out and bring that in, have more to come with.
I think we can all watch the Harry Potter, any movie, any one of the 9, and go, man, I wish I was living in that time. Like, that's so cool. All the food they have, all the drinks they have, learning the potions, the uniforms, right? I think at any point, anyone would be like, I would love to try and live that life. I don't think people are like, man, I want to live in New York when the Avengers are fucking the whole city up. I don't think anyone's saying that. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's more or less putting yourself in their shoes, not being in that timeline and being a possible casualty of death.
That's what I'm saying. I think people would
snapped out of existence.
They would love to be in the show.
Who wouldn't want to go to the Sword and Hat? I mean, if you're saying you have a chance to be a wizard, but you're saying in your little thing you have a chance to be a wizard. So then you gotta say in Marvel world you have a chance to be a superhero. Then so then you gotta say what kind of superpowers would you like?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think the average person would be like, man, I'd rather go to the school. Like, you could go to the school and stuff like that.
I would honestly rather get superpowers. I mean, I could be Doctor Strange, which would just my magic would be a crap load better than your magic. With your little wand, you actually have to cast a spell, whereas I can just use my mind and make up a spell. So, if you want to go that route,
I'd rather live, a great
even there's still bad things that happen.
True.
I mean, so you have to be able to defend yourself, and
people are dying.
That's the whole point. Oh yeah, it got real dark. It started off like nice and kiddie, and by like book 4, what the heck's going on?
Dark, yeah. It gets really, really dark. The Goblet of Fire.
Oh yeah.
When they start getting killed in the maze, that's when I was like, yeah, it gets pretty dark right there. I don't know if we said the way this is going to work. Me and him are going to debate, but if you're watching, you get to pick the winners. You pick who's winning. So The way it's going to work on my Instagram, guy with a hair tie, I'm going to post on my story before we start. It's going to have a poll. It's going to be pretty easy. I'm not going to say who's picking what, so it's completely fair. And it's just so that right now, I mean, by the time you guys are watching this, the poll's already closed. But it would say Marvel or Harry Potter, and you pick which one you want to see, or which one you want to win. So you guys get to pick who's winning, which I think is pretty cool. So,
yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, and that's why we're picking two powerhouses. I mean, it could go anyway.
And like I said, I think we agreed. I mean, these are both standalone powerhouse movie franchises. I mean, I think
that you can watch all the time.
Nobody would disagree that these are top 5 movie franchises of all time. I mean, what would compete? Star Wars.
Yes, I mean, I love Star Wars, but
I would pick these two before Star Wars. I think.
Yeah. The first 3 are great, and then the last 3 they just did.
Also,
but that's another time.
The advantage Harry Potter has, there's only 9 movies. Each movie amazing. You can watch it by itself. Also, everything is connected. I know Marvel's the same way. Everything's connected, but you can watch just number 4, and love it. And you didn't need to know any other information. You can watch just number 2. You didn't have to watch number 1. You don't need to watch number 3.
I can guarantee there's going to be viewers on this one that did not start in chronological order and love that movie they saw, which also probably tie them in to want to see everything else.
But
you can go and watch you can watch Black Panther and just fall in love with the movie, be that far back, and go ahead. Ant-Man 2, what we're currently watching on launch. It is hilarious. Every single character,
I think that's my
every
favorite.
Single character in that movie is fucking amazing.
Shout out
Pina, Paul Rudd, Michael Douglas. They're all great characters. Like they can, and I can't wait for the third one. Honestly,
yeah, I think Ant-Man 2. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. It's just like you said, every character is funny. Oh, that's the other thing. Every character in Harry Potter, gold. There's not a single one, even if you don't like him, like Malfoy. You don't like Malfoy. Gold.
He plays his part, but like I said,
Marvel, you've got a lot of people. You're just like,
The biggest disappointment with me and Harry Potter is that Hermione ends up with Ronald Weasley.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, it's like she felt sorry for him because he was just so pathetic.
I disagree. Oh, no. I agree. I don't like the Harry Potter Ginny. I don't like the Ron.
I call her Guinea because I don't care how they say it over across the Atlantic. It's Guinea, Giny.
Shout out to our over the pond listeners, viewers. I don't know what time it is there, but it's.
I was just disappointed where that went.
I got you there.
He could add Cho. I don't know where that went. It just in the movie, especially he just vanished. That was a huge disappointment.
I would have totally picked her.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I do. You've got me there. My love story, but that's the thing. I've got love stories. I don't think Marvel's got any love stories. I think this is a good time where these are going to be shorter episodes. I'm going to check the poll. We've been, 20, 25 minutes. I'm going to check the poll right now. I could have 100 votes. I could have 3 votes. So I'm not going to count the votes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to count the percentages. So, all right. Well,
Tony
not count.
And Mrs. Potts.
If I'm going to be honest, if I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win because Marvel has such a cult following.
It does.
You guys have so many movies and stuff. Also, you guys are more relevant. I mean, they're putting out series still, which we didn't even talk about. Yeah. And they're putting out movies still. Mine's 5, 6, 7 years done. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to grab my phone right now.
But like I said, if you're going to do like it's prequel, you have the Fantastic Beasts if you do want to stay on top of what's happening.
All right. Are you nervous?
I'm never nervous, man. I know what it's going to be.
I don't want to see it. All right. Okay. It was a close one. Oh, I just got out of my own story. A lot of votes. It was only up for half an hour. So
not bad.
42 to 58. So like I said.
In a half hour?
In a half hour.
Jeez.
42 to 58. Pretty close. But it is Harry Potter as the winner.
Oh, well.
58% to 42%.
Not bad.
I would say that's close. It's close. So all right, the first Sterling Austin show battles with Garrett. Your boy Sterling, I won this one, so I appreciate everybody who voted my way. Of course, you probably didn't know it was me, so cool. I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Good decisions. I mean, they're both great franchises.
Yeah. Yeah, 1-0, baby.
There you go.
1-0. Cool. Well, good job, Garrett. Once
Appreciate
again,
it. Good battle. Looking forward to the next one.
Appreciate everyone watching. He said it many times before. Where can the viewers find you at?
If you guys want to follow me, I do have an Instagram. I get on every now and then, once again, to post myself and my dog and just working out. It's kind of the usual thing.
He posted today about his dog.
Oh, yeah, that's true. My little morning stroll. So it's gmain08. You can go ahead and find me. Send the ad or request, and you can go ahead and find out a little bit about me.
Yeah, you already know me, guy with a hair tie, coffee mugs and tattoos. Check out my Etsy, coffee mugs and tattoos. I'll make you guys something really, really awesome, such as, I don't know, a Harry Potter tumbler or a Marvel tumbler.
Any Marvel thing you want.
I'll make a Marvel tumbler. So cool. Thank you, Garrett. This was a
you,
lot
brother.
of fun.
Yeah.
One of many battles.
Yeah.
And thank you all for watching.